Welcome back, everyone, to Vale of the Pine, where I have found the bridge mentioned by Gorwin. Now, let's see if this leads to the Black Grave. Well, I do see something up ahead. It's a skeleton. Weathered skeleton. The bones of the skeleton have been bleached by the sun and weathered by the years. So it's been out here for a little while. There's a necklace on the skeleton. Well, let's see if Riangar knows anything about this necklace. Meanwhile, let's see if we can find the Black Grave. I know that doesn't sound like a place. It looks like a foggy grave at the moment. Oh, hello, Gorwin.
In all my years, I have never dared to stray any closer to Sarkvorn.
But if this is where the Grey Fear dwells, it is where we must go. There is no other choice, lest we allow this evil to spread through all of Carland, perhaps even all of Eriador. If this is truly the work of Angmar, then my vengeance is twice earned. Carland has suffered enough loss, and we cannot allow the Grey Fear to bring it to ruin once more. If Lilith's quest led her their ancient grounds, perhaps we can find some sign of her passing in Sarkvorn, or some tool to aid us to overcome the Grey Fear. Even the most insignificant thing may prove a great boon. Let us go, Pineleaf. If we wait any longer, I fear that my courage will fail me. All right. So, we continue along this way. Ah, here we are. You have discovered the entrance to Sarkvorn the Black Grave. So we did the discovery deed. There is a hunter campfire here, just in case you want to do that. And there's a mustering horn here. So all the tools you need in order to gather your people together to do the discovery deed. Because yes, you have to get here at least once. And it's a real thrill to find, I must say. I'm not too sure if I've ever come here the exact same way twice. But into the Black Grave.
Before the fall of Cardolan, in the aftermath of the war with Angmar and the great plague that followed, countless dead were laid to rest in mass burials among the stones of a ruined temple of the Edain. Its name of old forgotten, it came to be known as Sarkvorn, the Black Grave.
Oh.
And those centuries of abandonment, none save the most unwary or foolhardy ever dared approach it. But now, the Witch King of Angmar has returned to rouse the Barrow Wights from their slumber and summon forth an ancient evil thought banished long ago. The Grey Fear.
Yuck. Well, we'll see if we can find the Grey Fear. Why? I don't know. After what happened last time we ran to the Grey Fear, you'd think that we would try to avoid it as much as possible. But I am expected to deal with it, and also with all these spiders, apparently. Alright, and more spider. Oh, and of course walking trees, because we can't ignore the walking trees. Alright, there we go. Decaying barrow oak. Okay, it is just not just a barrow oak. Okay, it's not just an oak. It's not just a barrow oak. It is a decaying barrow oak, because we couldn't make it any nastier. Or I should say it wasn't nasty enough. Alright, so now, the real trick here is not getting lost, which is an unlikely thing to happen, because getting lost is, in this first section, things are a lot easier once you get out of past the first boss. But getting to that first, okay, the finding your way around bit is easier after the first boss. dealing with the denizens, that becomes tougher after the first boss, if I remember correctly. I guess we'll find out. Alright, let's see. We've got the oak again. More oaks. More decaying barrow oaks. It's nice that this is a scalable instance, so I don't have to do this at level 30. Even though I think the associated quest I'm doing right now is, I think it's listed as a level 30 quest or something like that. But the minimum level for doing the instance is level 20. Of course, getting to the Black Grave itself in order to unlock the instance, that's an entirely different matter. Oops. Alright. Well, okay, I'll take care of you then and forget about that bug that's behind the bush or whatever that is. Oh. And the lights. Actually, do I have to worry about that bug? No, I have to worry about dazzled lights. Yeah. Oh, come on. Wait. That... The lights here get rather tricky at times. I guess because of the... Well, the weirdness of the place. Oh, Grave White Warrior. Okay, good. Now, still trying to... This place, I think, is partly maze and partly all in brush, so... Getting lost in here, as I said, is something that I just do. It doesn't help, but I don't think there's a... Oops. Yeah, because this is, in many ways, is treated as a bit of the landscape because it's only an outdoor thing. So I don't think there's a good map of the instance or anything like that. At least not of this part of it. In here, in here, in here. Lost again! Oh, okay. I think I found my way. Oh, there she is. I was wondering what happened to my ranger friend there. Oh, I think I found the entry now. With the din of splintering bones and branches, the terrible creature awakened. I forgot that it was a bog guardian. Bog lurker, I guess, is probably a better way of doing it. Or I guess maybe I'll call it a crypt lurker instead. I mean, considering the way things are. Okay, a crypt lurker. I don't know what the official name for this thing is. You know, since it's a boss, it just has a proper name instead of a generic name. There you go. And weakened. Weakened by what? It doesn't say. Ah! You had defeated Vladach. And what do we get from Vladach? An iron coin of Cardalon. Yeah, I suppose that's to be expected. Maybe I could actually do something with those iron coins someday. Ah, now we go inside. At this point, Navigation is easier. So that's at least one thing we got in here. I'm not going to get lost as much. Oh. But these dead lights, they are just nasty for the eyes. Now, let's see. Let's do right hand rule. Right hand rule doesn't help us a bit on that one. There we go. There you go. I say it's easier to navigate. It doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to navigate it properly. It just means that I'm not going to be going around turning in circles and all of that stuff and keep on going to places that I've already explored, because you see you have the darkness in the areas you haven't visited before. So it helps to make sure that it turns the proper way. Plus, while right hand rule may lead to a dead end, unless they put in certain things like sections that are detached and interior, you're probably eventually going to get to where you're going. There you go. Next. And you too. And this, oh, Rend. Rend is not potable. Okay, fine. Be that way. Those are potable, though. Unfortunately, there are just a huge number of them coming through. It just had to keep on using first aid until I've used them all up. Okay, okay. Let me get out of that poison. Ah, yeah. Those things are very, very annoying. Anything that fools with the visuals like that I find to be very, very annoying. Such as those blue wizards over at the Great River. Well, I guess blue sorcerers or cultists or whatever they are. Calling them blue wizards might be a bit much. Okay, see, there's the second boss right up there. Okay, there you go. And now you. Yeah. Don't arch and I'll be fine, right? Ah. Oh. Now, the lights. Dead lights. Oh, good grief. Light the path, but don't light it too much. I think that's the rule for this. Even something as good as light. Oh, actually. Oh, that's right. I don't have the skill yet that's associated with, was it the Darkness Before Dawn? I don't have that skill yet. I was wondering, oh, let's try Darkness Before Dawn. And I was by instinct doing the anti-corruption removal skill anyway. Alright, here we go to Lilith. She's not in good shape anymore.
You are brave to have made it this far. But Sarkvorn will not be a part of your story. It will be the end.
Oh boy. Really? All that trouble to find out about Loyalith, and of course they desecrated her body.
After them!
Oh well. That didn't quite work.
You cannot flee death!
Alright, I cannot flee death. If you say so. Oh boy, I am getting hurt.
Freedom. Finally.
I'm glad we made her happy before she died. Okay, well I guess she's been dead for a long time. She was just taking over on that. Okay, good. And I'm level 28. Okay. Hey, can you open up? Thank you. I get a coin of Cardalot. Oh, and a shield. Ooh, let's see. This is 4 vitality, 4 agility. Okay, better vitality in there. Well, okay, it's a better shield. Just not worry about all the details there.
Sorrow lies heavy upon this land.
Alas for Loyalith. I cannot say for certain, but I think that she collapsed those tunnels herself, almost as if to trap the grey fear within Sarkvorn. And poor Astron, so loyal was he that he did not abandon Loyalith. From her wounds I suspect that she was killed when the tunnels collapsed. That's my hope at least, for it would be a preferable fate to any other that I could have found in Sarkvorn. Better that than to be tormented by the great fear until she died from starvation or met some other sorrowful end. But her remains do not appear to have decayed as any others would, and that knowledge brings many unpleasant thoughts to my mind. Either Sarkvorn was so well sealed that its tunnels collapsed that she was preserved, or the grave fear took hold of her remains in the same manner as those of Prince Amandir. So many were the horrors visited upon her family, it can scarcely be believed. We must put an end to the grave fear, my friend, once and for all. All right. Well, that's what you came here to do anyway, right? To get rid of the great fear? Okay, I've done all the things I need to. Actually, that was for the quest, not for the instance, if I remember correctly. So, we want to make sure that we finish them both. Because if I remember correctly, I have to return to that chamber afterwards if I'm to finish the quest part of it. In the darkest depths of Sarkvorn, you discover Hithrangor in the guise of Prince Amandir. Alright, okay, so I think this might be a good time for reading a scroll. Maybe if I bring the silly things, might as well use them. Oh, and hope. Do I have... Ooh, no. I want to see, do I have anything better as a hope token? No? Oh, well. I was just hoping at some point as a hobbit present I had received a hope token. Apparently not. So I will just have to use the glass.
At last you arrive. See you now the fate that awaits those who defy me.
Oh.
Once I served the Ordainer, but no longer. I forsake my master of old, he who abandoned me to the enemy. finds me broken and without form. In his kindness, the Witch King of Angmar has granted me his power.
Wonderful. Kindness from Witch
For
King?
too long I slumbered, all but forgotten by the men of Cardolan. In time they will all remember me, and the tales of old shall strike fear into their hearts. In the shadows of Angmar, a vast kingdom of the dead shall flourish.
Rude.
And there, I will sit in judgment evermore. The kingdom of the dead awaits you.
Oh well. Here we go. Ouch. Should we be hitting the first interval soon? Oh, ow, oh, oh, oh. Thanks, Corwin. I hope that heals for me. Thank you very much. There we go. Oh, hold on. Does he have corrupt? Of course he has corruptions. I forgot about the corruptions.
Curse you.
Oh, there it is. Come on, come on. Let me get this thing. Again, that's for you. And now you. Alright, it's round one done. Oh. Oh, we hit another.
Not abandon this vessel, not yet.
Well, we'll see about that. Now your turn. It's 2 rounds.
I see darkness within you. Enough! You shall be mine.
Oh, oh, now I have this phase. I forgot about this phase.
Your doom is upon you. I see darkness within you.
No. Well, there's certainly darkness all around here. Come on. Let me hit somebody. Yes. There we go. Okay, that's you.
Your doom is at hand.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
dead obey me.
I'm sure they do. Boy, you would think that I would remember this part of the fight.
Your doom is at hand.
Judgment of... One of the problems is I'm having trouble
I will feast upon your fear.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, okay, got rid of that bit at least. Alright. Is it? It's protected against everything. Do I need to get rid of these guys first? Hey, let's get rid of this guy.
Your doom is upon you.
Yeah. La. Yeah, I think that reduced the number of things he had on him.
What is this? No, my lord. You cannot summon me. No!
Right. Okay. Ah. Intricate broken grave gift. Alright. Well, it's obviously better than the slave bell, but hey, it's not as much fun. Alright, what do you got here? Oops.
Our resolve must not falter.
Is the great fear truly gone? Is it banished from Cardolands and evermore? If the stories of the old speak true, the great fear may yet return with the passing of the years. Perhaps all we can do is remain vigilant and pray that it never returns, neither in the guise of Prince Amandir nor any other. Nay, I must believe that it is gone, Pineleaf. We have won this victory for Cardolan, for Meneldir. As Corwin speaks, the sounds echoes through the halls of Sarkford. Did you hear that, my friend? It sounds like that it came from the chamber where we discovered Loyloth. I don't know about you, but I will not leave this place while the dead still roam the halls. Let us find out what made that sound. Alright, so I'll go and investigate the sound. If it says dead, I'll kill it. Somehow that doesn't make sense. Okay, so let's go and find out what we've got. And we have, it looks like Goldberry. Oh, well, I guess that's better than a white. Hello.
What a joy it is to see you well, dear friend.
You have triumphed over the grey fear, have you not? If you had not, I don't believe that I would have found my way into the old barrel unhindered. Indeed, the shadow upon this place has lifted, but one matter remains unfinished, huh?
When you and I spoke of Loyloth, an old memory came to my mind. Long ago, when Loyloth came to me seeking counsel against the grey fear, she wore a brooch set with blue stones upon her breast. And this very day, by some curiosity of fate, my Tom brought me a gift, a brooch from Othrongroth, the Great Barrow. I could scarcely believe it, but it was no other. How it found its way into the Great Barrow is not known to me, but perhaps Loyloth sought there some other defense against the grey fear. But now the grey fear is no more, cast back to the halls of the Ordena. And so I have come to return the brooch to its rightful owner. Rest well, dear Loyloth.
Rest well.
Blue was always Tom's color, after all.
Oh well. So that means she would have kept it if it were a green brooch?
It is over, my friend. May Meneldir and so many others at last find peace.
Oh yes. Is that the river daughter of whom you spoke? Even in so dark a place, I feel a lightness upon my heart in her presence. But, truth be told, I don't wish to remain here any longer than we must. The Grey Fear is no more, but that doesn't erase the hurts that have been brought upon us and any other peoples of Cardoland. I trust Riangar will wish to hear of this. I will escort you to Herne, but I am afraid that our paths must diverge after we arrive. I am a Dunedain after all, and my duty is to my kin. Far too many troubles have come to Cardolan of late, and it shall be our task to set them right. Nevertheless, I cannot thank you enough for what you have done for us, and for Meneldir. All right. Very well. Then let us go. Well, the good news is that it's over, and oh yes, I found this necklace.
The Grey Fear is no more?
Glad am I to see you, my friend. The tale that you bring chills me to the very bones. I knew things were dire, but never did I imagine such a creature with such a history. You not only saved my homeland, but you also found justice for Lilith and her family. May this unholy cycle of grief be ended. Yes, we all hope that. Okay, salvaged elven-made leather jacket. Salvaged. Oh well, fortunately for salvage, it's better than what I currently have. So I'll take that.
What have you got there? Oh,
Oh, you recognize this then? Yes, then this was my mother's necklace. She is silent for a time, her hand closing around the tarnished necklace. Then she looks up at you with sad smile. Thank you. I suppose knowing what happened means that I can close that door to my heart and I left open, hoping that one day she would return. I think I always knew, though, that she would not.
what you have found at Sark Vorn brought me no joy, but it did provide some peace.
Please, tell my father what you found there as well. He deserves to know that my mother didn't abandon us on purpose. Father's sitting by the door. He apparently helped himself to the stew while we were gone, as there was none of it left. Well, more like by the fire than by the door.
You again, eh? What mischief have you and my daughter been up to?
Well, I went to Sarkvord, I've vindicated Lilith, and I found the remains of your wife. My wife's necklace. So, she didn't leave us after all. It was an accident? You and Riangar did all that, and you helped to cook my favorite stew as well. Why, I'm afraid that I have not been unkind to you, Warden. For so many years, anger has been the only thing that I have known. But today, you have brought hope. You and Riangar have shown that history is important, but that dwelling on the past is not what is needed. Using what we learned from the history here in the present is what is important. That, and the people that we have. Lilith lost her life to avenge her family and keep Cardolan safe, as did my wife. You and my daughter followed in their footsteps, and yet surpassed what they were able to do. Riangar was never chasing some silly dream, nor was her mother. They both knew that there was danger, and they took action to meet it. I'm sorry and grateful. You will always be welcome here in Herne and in our home. I thank you. And there we go. And that concludes the quest line relating to the Grey Fear. But of course, I still have this thing about getting up to level 32 at least. Maybe a little bit more. So let's do some missions here in Herna and see what that can do for us in the next episode of Vale of the Pine.